Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to reorientate the camera. Now we're correct. I'm going to put you straight onto, just going to flip the camera. There we go. I flipped the camera now and I'm going to put you right on the back um, of my live view. Now let's see. There we go. There we go. That's much better. Now you have a much wider view of the nest, okay? This is a much wider view. And I can zoom in, and this gives you the possibility to see the whole nest, okay? Very unique. And if I'm not mistaken, I will zoom in, and you can see. Oh no, that's both adults. The hawklet, I think, is resting at the moment. So this is very nice because you can see the whole overview in a very unique way. Okay, so this is really what the nest looks like. You can see it's a huge nest. It's falling apart, okay? And you can see there's a lot of activity. The little hawklet, as far as we know, is at the moment lying down. I'm going to also, during my second broadcast, I won't call the second broadcast I just did, where I made a small technical error broadcast. So in the second broadcast, I will show you some footage that I just took a few minutes ago. Very unique and very sharp footage of how the hawklet actually mantles the food. Absolutely incredible. So you can see the activity now that's going on. So I can zoom in. Let's zoom in a little bit. Beautiful, just to zoom in. And it's really like a painting because you can frame it exactly. It's beautiful this way. Give you the exact view of the nest now, which is much better. Much better. There we go. And that locks it nicely. So that gives you a much better overview. Sometimes you have too much magnification, which I had on my big lens, but I think this is just the right. Looks great now, doesn't it, Jacqueline? I agree. And that's how I'm going to operate now in future, because it's just much easier to show you the action. So we can zoom in, by the way. If we want to go onto any eagle, we can do that. You will see what incredible possibilities I have with this. So if we just want to see what this one looks like, no problem. Here we go. Oops, yeah, and you see the moment it notices it's on film, it goes back again. Where's eagle number 3? Probably resting somewhere. Okay, but really nice now. Very nice. You can see how big the nest is. Now you're really getting the dimensions very nicely. And now, because they're so active, a wider lens is much better. So, I'm just going to wait a little bit and I'm going to show you some beautiful footage because food came in again, and it was incredible how this little hawklet actually mantled the food and wouldn't let anyone on it, and I recorded all that, which is great. Oh, Mama, yes, I have, absolutely. I don't know which one was Mama and Papa. I haven't paid that close attention. Is number 3 next to the tree trunk is a question here. Is number 3 close to the tree trunk? Let's have a look. We can check everything. Yeah, there's one there in the shade, but I don't know if that's number 3 at the moment. I'm not exactly sure. There we go. So let me just show you some unique footage, okay? If you really want to see something beautiful, let's see if I can just show the most recent footage here. So this is what just happened a few minutes ago. You can see the little hawklet there, really beautifully next to its sibling. And I've also got some more unique footage. So this just happened a few minutes ago. There it flies off again. And I will also show you, I just have to see which one it was, but what's so unique about it. So this is just what I recorded. But it got some food. It's pulling something up there. Okay, let me go one back. I think it's one further back. Maybe it's this one. Oh no, not that one. And one back. Here we go. Yes, there it was mantling. There it was mantling the food. Really unique. Yeah, I will cut that later. Of course, this is all raw footage now. But you can see its big sibling next to it, and it's basically mantling its food. Look at that. So this is how a two-point hawk, isn't it nice, isn't it, Brother Jerry? It is. Yeah, that's today, just happened about 30 minutes ago, 30 minutes footage. I just had to record something in high quality too in parallel, but you will see on my first recording, if you go to about between 50 and 60 minutes, you will see all that with live comments, okay? So all that is, all that is from today, absolutely. This is really no much more than 30 minutes. It's cute, and it's probably a female because it's just incredible how tough, how tough. Isn't that great, Gentleman Ghost? You're absolutely right. And that was that piece of footage. Then I may have another piece. Let's just see. You're welcome. And that's an earlier one. Also very, very nice piece of footage because it just grabbed some food there. Oops, yeah, sometimes I swayed the camera a bit, but I'll correct that later because it's all raw anyway. So that means that it at least got 2 big portions of fish today. And there again the mantling that you can see. And this is an incredible scene because you have an eaglet on the left. I find it interesting, yes, that there is food, says Gentleman Ghost, next that the strongest doesn't test. Yes, you're absolutely right. And obviously this hawklet, the interesting thing, my comment to that is that at the moment the hawklet has some advantage because it can fly. My concern is what happens when the eaglets fledge, because then they can use their talons as weapons as they come from the top. Yeah, the hawklet has fledged on the 23rd of June already, okay? It's been quite some time. But as you can see from the eaglets, they are very close to fledging now. They are still fledging, yes, absolutely. And this is all from today. Let's see, I got another nice recording here. Some more mantling. That happened all about between 30 and 60 minutes ago. Yes, the hawklet has fledged, absolutely. The hawklet has fledged on the 23rd of June, and from there you could calculate that it was likely born between the 9th and 12th of May. So if you count 42 to 45 days back from there, that's what we know. How old? That's when they leave, 42 to 45 days. Contrary to eagles that take about 83 days. Okay, so that's just under 3 months. Hi from Minnesota. And the incubation time for hawks is very similar to eagles, around 30-something days. I think between 28 and 35 days or so, I think, if I remember correctly. But that's an incredible scene, isn't it? Again, this morning, for those of you who haven't seen the first broadcast, this morning I went down to the beach very early in the morning. I woke up at 4 a.m., took the 6 a.m. Hi from Indianapolis. Very nice to see you. And I was on the beach and was incredibly slippery there, so I fell my equipment. Then the hawklet was just taking off at that time. So I was just going to give you a few more nice pieces of footage here that you can enjoy. So yes, the earliest spotting of the hawk must have been around mid-May, so a few days after it's born. There were 2 hawklets brought into the nest. It's fairly certain, I mean, nobody's seen them being brought into the nest, but you can use your common sense if you put all the pieces together that they were likely brought in as food, and then there must have been some instinct. It was maybe the shape of the beak, or maybe it was the the cry that it was making. That sounded just like a raptor and something familiar to Mum. Are you watching? Hi from Nova Scotia. Very good, Teresa. And this is all beautiful footage that I just took a few minutes ago. The nice thing is I can just hook it on to the back of my camera and show it when nothing is going on. So it's beautiful to show that. Okay, it's really incredible. And then I can jump back to the live view, which I'm doing now. That's the live view of the nest. So I've got this very nice zoom camera where I can zoom in and out. I can give you a much better view here of the nest, because there was an earlier request, why can't you give us a better overview? And I thought, yes, of course I can. I have another lens in my there you go. It's much better. That is amazing footage. Thank you. It's unreal. It is. I'm very proud of that footage because it's very unique. Oh, here is Rise Raptor. Hi Blue Hawk. This is Kurt. Good to have you. Kurt is a very knowledgeable raptor person. If I remember, and I hope I say this correctly. It's in Alabama, if I'm correct. I know you've been all over the place, but Kurt, but I don't quite recall. But Rise Raptor, have a look. Google Rise Raptor. Correct, yes. So it is Huntsville. I think it was Huntsville, Alabama. And Kurt has a lot of experience with hawks and eagles and so on. And Kurt, I was just saying that this has been an incredible morning because the behavior of the hawklet and some of the recordings I've just shown are very unique. The footage, because you could see the mantling of the hawk and its whole behavior. Absolutely unique. Watching for Virginia, very glad that you're here. Very nice. All the way from Brazil or from Rio. We've just come back from Campinas, from near Sao Paulo. You saw the earlier footage. Yes, for those of you who haven't seen my footage, I will show it again in a moment. I'm just I have a very nice possibility now to properly zoom into the nest beautifully and show you the whole structure, which looks a little bit shaky. We can zoom in, and the hawklet is definitely in the nest, but I think its crop is so full. You know, Kurt, I was wondering, because this hawklet seems to be so assertive, and I think with hawks it's very similar with eagles, that the female hawks are more aggressive and bigger than the males, and it's very possible that the assertiveness, this may very well be a female. I don't have a comment on this. It's just an assumption. Okay, it's just really astounding. Yeah, the nest condition, you can see it. David's saying the hawklet is won't get some hunting training. Yes, that's something that Kurt was also remarking on. Very, very interesting, because you know, his comment to that was maybe nature just has its ways. Raptors will have its ways, and nature has its own ways of solving things, which is, I think, a very good comment. We just don't know more about this. The only other recording we've seen was from a person called Miles Brown. Google him. He was a student biologist, and I will interview him as soon as possible. I've just written to him again. And he's got this incredible footage when he's a tree climber, went up, and they did, I've shown this in one of my earlier broadcasts, and then he responded. And he's got this incredible footage. I think it was from Minnesota in 2013. And you see this baby hawk tugged underneath one of the eaglets. Very, very unique. So there's definitely records that this has happened before. Eagles pairs will fix the nest is one comment here for seasons, even if it comes completely down. Yes, you saw the footage, very good. Yes, but you know, we've seen quite a few nests come down, because I can tell you, when these three are going to trampoline on this nest, which is going to happen once they fledge, it's not going to be very funny. This nest will very likely collapse. It just has to hold up a bit longer. But what is remarkable here about the behavior of this hawklet is that it is so assertive. It's 2 pounds compared to its 10-pound siblings, and really unique. White rock is a good example. You know, it's interesting. We have a lot of, you know, there are a lot of theories going around at the moment, or hypotheses what could have possibly brought in, you know, how could the hawk have come in? Well, if you put in all the pieces of the puzzle that we have at the moment, the clearest milestone that we have is the day of the fledge. From the day of the fledge, you can calculate backwards when it was born, and so on. So we know on the 23rd of June it was born. That's important. So you calculate 42 to 45 days back, and you come to the... Oh, here's Mom coming in. Here's Mom coming in. Very, very nice, with some fish. Okay, I'm going to be quiet now and then go on. I just want to show you this. Ah, she just brought in some fish. Very nice. Just going to record this now.
The hawk has left the nest.
Ah, the hawk has left the nest, I've just heard. Thank you for that information. Okay, let me just refocus this. So just come in with some food.
You can hear it calling.
Ah, yes, you can hear it calling. Thank you very much. We got some very good observers here. It's very helpful, because I don't often see the whole swallow the whole piece. Exactly, that's what they do. That's exactly right. There you are.
He kind of sneaks around the back and goes towards the show.
Interesting, thank you. Getting some very helpful comments here. So you just saw, I think it was Ma who came in. Did you know who it was? No, we don't know whether it was Ma or Pa just dropping some fish in. The hawk is a comment here, needs to meet other hawks. Well, you know, this is a question. I don't know what Kurt's comment would be. It would be very interesting to hear. At the moment, at least David Hancock's comment is to leave it as long as possible, because there's no reason at the moment to interfere. But that may very well change. Interesting enough, hawks get fed for quite some time, a couple of weeks from their parents. Eaglets, at least it used to be in nature that they were abandoned immediately, but as they get more and more urbanized, also their behavior is changing. And they seem to stay longer with their parents, just like we have with our children. Same thing. Stephen figures on his own, yes. Just glad little hawk didn't become eagle dinner. Yes, you're right. Could have easily happened. Ah, here. I think some nature will figure it out. Yes, somehow nature will figure it out. That's blue hawk. That's Kurt talking. Yes. I love the coloring when they are changing. Yes. Here's the whole view of the nest. You can see how enormous the nest is. Look, I'm going to zoom out completely as far as I can, and that gives you a complete overview of the nest, and that's how big it is. It's huge. You can see it's a very old nest. It's gonna focus it. Yeah, no, it looks very well focused. It's fine. It's good.
The neighbors told me it's 33-year-old nest.
Oh, wow. When you shoot the screen from the telescope, why can't we see the original input? You are seeing the original. Okay, what you're seeing now is the live stream as you look from my live camera. I have the possibility to record at the same time, okay? So I'm just going to show you how I do this. 1 second, just to answer the question. So what I'm doing here is I've got a 200 to 500 millimeter lens attached. I've built a special type of device where I can hook my iPhone onto the back to make it into a type of recording device. So you're looking at the back of the screen. It's just like a live screen. Now I can then decide whether I record or not. So I can press a record button and record. And as you can see, I have very good external sound. So the quality that comes out of the recording is of course much better. And for my battery backup, I have this special device where I can recharge all my things. I'm an electrical engineer, by the way, so that's why I figure these things. It's not very difficult. This is not rocket science to do, but it's very helpful if you know this stuff, because when you're out in the middle of nowhere, I'm not out in the middle of nowhere, but if you don't have any external power, this battery keeps me going for a few days, okay? So that's how it's done, okay? So you're looking at the back of the live screen, and I can zoom in on the live screen, zoom in and out, which is quite incredible. Just have to make some small adjustment here. Is the eagle pair regular in this nest? The answer is this is an old nest. Yes, it is an old nest. Whether it's the same pair, we don't know. We don't know for sure, okay? But usually eagles come back to their nests. Urbanization extending how birds nip. Yes, urbanization is completely changing. Here, me too, Teresa is definitely. Oh well, thank you, Blue Hawk. Thanks, Kurt, for that. Thank you, everyone. And if you leave some kind comments, I'm always happy. Okay, that keeps me going. Thank you. There you go. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Oh. Very talented. Thank you for that compliment. I see it. Thank you. Thanks. Well, this is beautiful. Now you can see that very, very close to fledging now. Much appreciated. Yes, and I'm glad the call. Oh, all the way from Russia. Where are you in Russia? I mean, Russia is a huge country, bigger than Canada. So let us know where you're from. Did the tree climber confirm that he didn't realize? Yes, he did. Gentleman Ghost, I will interview Miles Brown very shortly when he has time, okay? Thank you. That's very... St. Augustine. Oh my goodness, incredible. Well, this is... I'm glad I put on my other lens, because it gives you just a much better overview of the nest. Especially as they, especially Netherlands, very nice. My cousin, my mother is from Amsterdam, so very nice. Florida loves hawks and eagles. Happy that you're there. Very nice, and I'm glad I'm live. And I must tell you, with my smaller lens now, it's much easier to handle. I should have done that long time ago. Miles Brown made a boo-boo. What boo-boo did he do? I wouldn't know. I really wouldn't know. Tell me what you think. Long Island, New York. I've been there. Very nice. I've been to Long Island. Yeah, tell me what boo-boo Miles Brown that, be careful when you criticize people. Really, be careful. Because it's very easy to judge things from the outside. Miles Brown, I can just tell you, is a very careful person. I know a lot of student biologists, and they are very well educated, and they take a lot of care. So, whatever you say, just watch out, okay? You mean that he didn't identify? Well, we all make mistakes, okay? But I have tremendous respect for him. I'm loving the baby hawk. So awesome, yes. No, no negative, absolutely not. You know, some people come with are very opinionated, but you know, you have to be careful, really be careful, because I can tell you the people that care about nature, they are good-minded. Fascinating seeing the hawk that's being so aggressive. Yes, yes, it is. I'll just show you the footage again. Hang on. Let me just go back for those of you who haven't seen it. I'm going to jump back and just show you. Let's see if it was this one. I just want to get right back. So this, oh yeah, this was recorded about an hour ago. Okay, so what you see, oops, so not this one. Sorry, that was the wrong one. I just had to find the correct footage here. It was this one. That was the, here you can see how this little thing, about 2 pounds, is mantling. I don't know if Kurt can comment whether this is a male or female. I don't even know if it's possible. You know, probably not. I just pray it stays this way. Yes, we do. There it made a poop, you can see. Fireworks. You know, we talked about the urbanization of eagles, and that's what David Hancock has been studying a long time. And the main differences that we see with the urbanization of eagles is that nests get closer and closer to each other. They used to be at least 2 miles apart. Now they're just a couple of 100 yards apart, and sometimes only 100 yards apart. So there's a lot of changes going on with urbanization, also in their behaviors. Good evening. That guy, where is it evening now? Let me think, where could it be evening? So it's noon here. So you must be, where would you be? Either in South America or very much east of me. Are you able to see if any danger? Hang on, I couldn't see the whole comment there. Oops. Let's see if I can show you a little bit more footage. Yes, a lot of mantling. Here, this is a close-up of the mantling. Here you can see. Well, it's very interesting. Look at the sibling trying to get at the food now. Charleston. Oh, I see. Managed to get on to comment. Oh, I see. Very good. Very good. Okay, good. Good you did. Very good. I'm glad you did. Oklahoma, right. Yes, you've been talking, of course I know you've been talking to me on Twitter. I know, absolutely. And I do recognize the names. I do know that. I do absolutely, I recognize it, yes. Yes, Kentucky is 2 hours ahead. No, 3 hours ahead, sorry. It's East Coast, of course, 3 hours. Isn't this incredible? Look at this footage. You have 2 huge eaglets and you have this little one mantling. It's incredible. I think I'm very happy with this footage. I mean, this is incredible. They don't mess with Steve. No, they don't. Look at this. Evening in Europe, of course it is. Yes, it is. Yes, I know. It's so incredible. You see, and they don't dare to get onto it. They want to, but they don't dare. It is amazing, isn't it? Look at this. I think this is one of the best pieces I have. It's really incredible. And I'm so happy I can share this with you. It's really an alpha hawklet, yes. I think hawk is a female, very possible. Okay, I'm going to go back to live view. Let's see, let's take a live view back at the nest now and zoom in and see what's going on here. It looks like, I don't think, no, that's definitely, that's the one of the eaglets for sure. So we've got, well, it's nearly noon here. So no wonder there's a lot of resting here. His little strange brother, yes. So they've just eaten, they've had fish being brought in a few times. And so the hawklet, as far as I've heard, I haven't watched it all the time, but has just left the nest. Eagles in Florida steal from each other. Oh yes, they do. That's very common, and especially the females are bigger than the males, so the males are usually second rank. Ospreys are absolutely fascinating, and I mean, when I was in the Okanagan, you know, here in British Columbia, where there are lots of rivers and lakes, there were many ospreys there, and I always wanted to do some live broadcasting from showing ospreys. Now this has come in, and this has completely dominated everything, so I'm not traveling anywhere just to be able to show you this. So I'll just give you a quick look. That's what the neighborhood looks like here. Will you come back next season? I live, you know, I live in the area. Whenever there's something going on, I will be here for sure. Okay, absolutely. I mean, the season here will end July. Okay, but love ospreys. Yeah, well, ospreys are. I'm a little bit too late now for ospreys. Ospreys, we have to go a little bit earlier. But that's the neighborhood here, and as you see, it's rather quiet at the moment because it's noon, and people are taking a rest. I might, you know what? I will definitely come back and broadcast when something's going on again. But I just wanted to share this incredibly unique footage with you because it's just so beautiful to see this. Vancouver is beautiful, especially in summer, But you have to beware of the sun. It's very strong here now. Will raptors eat human food? Yes, they do. Absolutely, they do. You know, the prime example of that is the garbage, right? They are scavengers. And the other thing, of course, is roadkill, right? And that's the main danger. Whenever you see roadkill, try and remove it from the street from the road without getting yourself into danger, of course. But that's the prime killer for eagles, is roadkill, because they get killed that way themselves. Oh, I see. Okay, I see. So, you know, you see the same in Australia. I'm going to be in Australia later this month. On the 15th of July, I'm flying to Australia. And from Australia, I'll be doing a lot of astronomy broadcasts, so that changes the subject completely. But really exciting stuff. But if I see any kangaroos, I'll be broadcasting live the kangaroos, because they're usually around me at night when I'm out there. You have all these kangaroos jumping around. It's really funny. Any other eagle will consider the hawk, is a comment here, as an eagle. The hawk. Here comes one in the. Oh, hang on. One's coming in. It's coming in now. With more food. Okay, hang on. Let's see what's going on. You can see exactly the behavior. The adults are very, very short in the nest, okay? Very short in the nest. They don't spend a lot of time anymore in the nest. So you can see obviously what's happened is some food was dropped. Oh, sorry, I was interrupted for one moment by a phone call. I have to make sure that next time my phone calls are not interrupted. My live stream went off for 1 second. Sorry about that. There we go. Now it's sharp again. So food has just come in. You can see what the adults do. their behavior. They just drop the food and they're off again. Yeah, you know, the little hawk may have just had enough food. Yeah, you know, self-feed, they self-feed fairly quickly. Do the wild kangaroos interact with you? No. You know, that's a story. I will show you if I can. I'm going to put I'm going to buy a good webcam for my car, because the behavior of kangaroos is not as intelligent as eagles are. Kangaroos are really, I need to say dumb. I don't know what else to say. I don't like to say such things, but they just run next to the car all the time. And they never go away, and you never know when they're going to run into the car, because they ran. I was driving about 10-15 miles and they ran straight into my car. And I had no idea why they were doing that, okay? It's not rugby or so. I don't know what they were doing. At least the red-tail doesn't need much volume. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. My backyard's hawk is a common only morning. Oh, really? Osprey mama. Is that so? Interesting. Yes, gentlemen, goes rugby kangaroo. They're strange. You have to be very careful, because they can give you incredible damage to your car. And the insurance doesn't pay for it, by the way. To me, music dispatcher. Oh, hang on. I couldn't see that comment. I have to see if there's an option so I can keep the comments on. Maybe there is, so I can read them longer, because they're just disappearing off the screen. But there was something about the music dispatcher. I couldn't see that. Where is he? He's off somewhere in the neighborhood. I think he's just resting. You don't even hear him at the moment, which is a good sign. I think his crop is full, or her crop is full. Ah, that was spam. Okay, thank you. Well, sometimes I can't read so quickly. Okay, great, good. Domestic calves. You know, I cannot comment on that. I would like David Hancock to comment. You know, there's a lot of unfortunately really photoshopped stuff going on YouTube. You see some golden eagle carrying a calf. That's absolute nonsense, of course. I mean, the typical payload that they can carry is 3, maybe 4 pounds, but not more than that. Okay, so there's a lot of. I often don't know what is true and what is not. So I can't comment on that. Squad productions high. Or squid production. Sometimes I couldn't see that. Squad or squid. Ah, you could hear the hawk. Did you hear it? I'm not sure if the microphone was strong enough, but I heard it now. How many times they drop food? Several times, but the hawk will feed about 4 times a day. Typical, okay? About 4 times a day they feed, but they drop food far more. It's nearly non-stop shopping at the moment. Oh yes, the spammers. Thank you, Karen. I cannot see all the spammers. I'm sorry. I have too much to do here that I simply cannot do it. I'm really multitasking. So if you could kindly, if there's a way to block spammers, just out of respect for everyone, you know, I have a code here of conduct. This should be an educational channel. It'd be something that all enjoy, especially also for our next generation, for children, so they take care of the environment. And also, please, no swearing or so. So just respect the things that we do, okay? That's most important. They're all here. Yes, they are. And I cannot read every comment, and I will block if I see them, okay? But unfortunately, I cannot do everything at the same time. Right. Yeah, I do need a moderator. You're absolutely right. I think that would be fantastic to get a moderator. I absolutely agree. And maybe next time I'll open my channel to some anybody who volunteers who can watch the channel in parallel and block for me, because I simply, you've seen what I do here. It just gets too much for me. Yeah, reporting is always unfortunate. It's all. Hi, Captain C. I know you. Of course, I know you. Okay, sure. Eagles are scavengers, but do they only eat meat? Oh, so we're talking about vegetables. I think they also eat certain vegetables for sure, because we've seen them. I mean, we've seen them dig through through compost. So I think they also eat some compost. Yes, people need to get alive. Yes, I would only let someone moderate, of course, that I can trust. But I think I have a few people I can really trust now for sure. But it's a task I have to rely on. If I give someone the which I'd love to do, the thing of moderator, then that person, whoever it is, you will have to be available then. Okay, so I take this very seriously, broadcasting, as you know. So. Moderators are great, and I think that would really help. It's just, it would really help. Oh, you're most welcome. I love doing the broadcast. I'm getting very kind comments. Always a lot of curious people here. That's very nice. I mean, as David Hancock has remarked, the good thing about this whole nest, it brings the whole community together in a very unique way. And neighbors here have gotten to know each other, and they have never spoken often to each other since years. So it's really beautiful. So in general, the policy here is we stick to the subject, we keep away from politics as much as possible, but we stick to the subject, and we try and answer questions and make it interesting. I saw when the back end of... Right, I have to see, I have to see how I can change the settings so that the comments don't always disappear so quickly. Remember, you like astronomy? Yes, of course. And I will do a lot of astronomy broadcasts from mid-April. I'll be broadcasting right into the center of our galaxy. I'm serious, I will. I'm not joking, actually, I will. Not from the center, into the center. I will, and if you enjoy astronomy, I will do that. I'm going to do something very exciting. Inciting spring in New South Wales. New South Wales, what am I saying? New South Wales in Australia. Will the eagles rebuild the nest? You know what? It does happen, but sometimes the tree also is, its branches are too poor. Sometimes they choose a new nest, and sometimes now you get tree climbers, or you get the Hancock Wildlife Foundation organization, for example, will go up and they will rebuild the nest. They'll put it in a proper platform and so on. That the nest is 20, yes, absolutely. 20 to 30 years is very common, and it could be much older. Yes, this nest is very, very old. Okay, I'll zoom out so you can see it. I mean, it's a huge nest, right? Look at this. Absolutely huge nest. "40 years, it's very possible. I don't know the whole history, but I think I would have to ask neighbors that have been for a long time. Yeah, the nest needs a cam for sure. I mean, imagine we would have had a cam on here. That would have been incredible. Okay, I'm getting very warm in the sun now. Okay, so I'm just going to flip the camera 1 second. I should show you. Where is the flipping of the camera? Here, so this is me. This is me. I'm next to the, so I'm looking at the nest at the moment. So I'm going to take a little bit of a break, and I promise you, as soon as something goes on, I'll be back, okay? I will be back. I'm here the whole day, don't worry. And yeah, just keep looking at the channel. I cannot, you're very welcome. I cannot put this as an event, so I can't announce it. Live streams cannot be events. I can't say exactly at 4 p.m. I'm going to stream. simply because it doesn't allow for that yet. Okay, so when I'm live, I'm live. Okay, so just watch out. I'm going to give a tweet out then when I'm live, so you'll know. So follow my Twitter account if you're looking for the tweet, or put much better put the alarm on my channel, and then you'll surely get a signal for that. Okay, you'll get a warning, an alarm. Okay, your notification. Sorry. I think I need some water and some food. I'm not even finding the words anymore. Notifications, thank you. Okay, thank you, my friends. Okay, I'll see you soon again.